Hi there. As you can see, I'm rigging my Q flag here on an old ensign staff, and I'm sitting outside my motorbike shed on my old dinghy, Eric the Red. But what's this all about then? What am I doing that at the house for? Well, I'll tell you. I've just driven home from a boat which I've laid up in Denmark for the winter, and I've got home and to discover that it's been decided in Britain that everybody coming in from foreign, unless you come from an incredibly COVID-free country, is going to have to quarantine themselves for 2 weeks. You have to lock yourself in the house and not go out. So that's it. That's what I'm doing. And I thought, for a bit of a chuckle, just to show my great respect for the system, I'd put up the Q flag outside my garden gate. So that's what I'm doing. Now, not everybody here will know what a Q flag is. Well, I'll tell you. It's a yellow flag, which some people call the yellow jack, as in yellow fever, but actually it just so happens that Q for Quebec is a yellow flag. So that's what we use for a quarantine flag. A question arose not so long since about what you do about flying it when you come into a foreign country. Now, within Europe in recent years we haven't had to fly one at all because we're all brothers and sisters in the European Union, and so we don't have to bother. You might have to if you go to the Channel Islands, because that's an administrative unit all to itself. And of course, if you go to America or anywhere outside the EU, you are going to have to fly it, because what it says is, when you come into a foreign country, it says, "My vessel is healthy and I request pratique." Well, you don't really have to know what that means, but that's what it says in the flag drawer. And what it actually means is, please send a customs man out to me, make sure we're all okay, sign us in, and then we can get on with our lives. And once you've done that, the Q flag comes down and the courtesy flag goes up. The question I was being asked was, what do? Do you fly the courtesy flag above the Q flag or below it when you come into a foreign country? Well, I didn't know the answer to this, and it just came up on the forum. Michael, one of our members of the Tom Cunliffe outfit, who runs boats in Barbados or somewhere in the West Indies and is a very switched on guy, came up with that answer. Go in with the Q flag up and bring it down when you've got pratique, and put up the courtesy ensign then, because then you're in the country. Before you've had the clearance, you aren't really in. You're in quarantine. So there you go. What a sensible answer, and what a great thing a forum is. You know, we can all learn something, can't we? And it was great that I learnt that then. I was a bit tickled thinking about it, thinking about Michael over there in the West Indies. I don't think he's in Barbados, I don't know where he is, doesn't matter. But I remember coming into Barbados once myself, donkeys years ago, and we were coming up from Brazil. And we realised when we were about 200 miles, 300 miles out from Barbados that we didn't have a Q flag. Oh no, what are we going to do? So, well, we had to think about it. And I remembered something I'd read in one of Bill Tillman's books, the great H.W. Tillman, who found himself in the same predicament. And he was a man who nothing stopped. He would always find a way. And he thought to himself, well, if I get a nice piece of white cloth, stitch it round lovely, and dip it in a nice boiling vat of curry powder, that'll do it. And it did. So that's what I did. So my first Q flag was a bit of my old bed sheet, tied up and dipped in curry powder. Worked a treat. Well, I've moved on, as you can see. I've got a fine store-bought one here. It's brand new, actually. I've just dredged it out of the flag bag in the shed. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take this and I'm going to stick it in the edge down by the gate, and then the postman and everybody else who comes all knows that we're in quarantine, that we're healthy, and we request pratique. Well, that's the job done. It'll baffle the neighbours, I'm sure, and it's been a lot of fun for me. And there's another bonus. When it's all over and the queue comes down and I've got pratique for my house, I will not have to put up a courtesy flag. See you later.